Alright, so you should be able to see this stuff now. Thanks for the music. So there's two things that we should probably talk about. So I'll open that up too. Talk about that later. So first, this is just a spreadsheet that basically everything's going to be in. If you can see, everything after portfolio template is like your individual portfolios. I'll go over the format of that. I'll just do that first actually. So let's go ahead and look at Peanut as an example. Your name's going to be up there, of course. Your net stock is basically just going to be the value of your stocks, I believe. Actually, I need to change this formula. It's supposed to be D. So let me go and do that. Yeah, so this should sum up all your stock value from here. And I'll go over like how the individual stocks values are tracked later. Earnings, you start off with 10K just for joining to buy your first stock. And then it's going to go ahead and sum your earnings and then your purchases, which I'll go over again. So first, every item has like an item ID basically. Just, I mean, I guess the name is just going to be your ID, unless I come up with a short form for it, which I can work on later. The item unique ID is going to be a little different. The thing with that is going to you're going to you might buy the same stock at different times, right? So the issue comes up where you can't consolidate all of like a single type into one row of the thing because they all might have different values considering you've held on to them for different like amounts of time, right? So that's why you have like a unique ID based on kind of when you purchased it. So it'll be like, whatever it is, then -1 for like the first one you purchased or like the first batch you purchased, considering you can purchase multiple at one time, right? The number is, of course, the number you purchased at the time. So, like, they're going to be considered as a batch. And the value is just going to be the value per stock, right? So let's say the value of a stock is currently like 12,000, right? It's going to go there. You have two of them. Your total value for this is going to be 24K, right? So 24K is going to be what's in the cell right here because that's got to get summed up. But 12K is the actual number, so don't forget to take this number column into account when you're looking at that kind of thing, right? So that's your inventory. That just basically says what stocks you have on hand, right? And your earnings, right? This is now once you have a stock and you want to sell it, you go ahead, you're gonna request to sell it, and when you sell it, you're gonna get money, right? You're gonna get money for selling it depending on its value. And again, you're gonna go ahead put through the item ID, the unique ID, just to make sure that you know what exactly you're selling. That I know what exactly you're selling, right? The number of how many of it that you're selling. It would be nice if you sold it by like batch, so I didn't have to like separate something that was two into like one and one, and if you only sold one, but it really doesn't matter. And then the earnings is just what you got back from it. So what was the stock's value at that time, right? So that just means that that's going to go into your like earnings number here, and this is separate from Alouette money because this is all contained in the spreadsheet. So at any time, you can request that to transfer money out of this earnings into your Alouette account, and that's where the extra money earning comes in, right? So that's also part of the order form that I'll go over later because you have to actually manually export money from your earnings into your Alouette account because I'm not good enough at coding to automatically have that happen. So purchases basically means what stocks you buy, right? This is I, I guess this is a little different from inventory because purchases accounts for the initial cost only and not the value over time. So inventory is tracking the stock's value over time, while purchases is only having the initial value of the stock. So these two categories can be basically identical except for the last column here. So I think that should be fine, right? And since you're all getting 10,000, that's basically enough to buy like one basic stock, and because it's the first thing, I'm doing a little event thing. All right, so that's like basically the walkthrough. Everyone's profile is gonna be the same for now, right? Just the same like that. So okay, let's go over the item list right now. So we have the market entry ticket. This is just what you buy in Alouette shop. I just want to make sure it's like documented here. But yeah, there's that. So that's just an Alouette item. You just gotta get 100K and get the roll, right? Then you have this one, which is the level one. this is the first stock that you're going to be able to buy. This is my intention with giving you $10,000 to start off with in your earnings, that you would be able to buy this one stock and get started, right? So I'll go through the columns here, right? So the price is just the initial price you're gonna pay. So in your portfolio, right, you're gonna see 10,000 here if you were to buy that stock. So you're gonna see whatever one and then cost 10,000, right? That makes sense, right? A net administrative value is 10,000. For most stocks, the cost and the initial value are gonna be the same, unless it's like there's like an event, for example, this where I just give you 2,500 for free just for buying it. Total stock is unlimited, meaning that over the span of however long this lasts, you can buy as many as you want and have as many as you want in your inventory. Daily stock is like the limit of how many you can buy per day, or how many you can order in a day. So you can only buy 10 level 1 tickets in a day. This is just so that I don't get overloaded with a bunch of requests. And the start date, I have to change. Technically, this is 12/18, but I'm not gonna change it. It doesn't matter. The end date, all of these are just constant. They don't end. And then this is just an event, so it's gonna run until New Year's. The risk factor basically is telling you how much gain slash loss is gonna happen based on I guess market fluctuations. And I know that these are big words, but I'll try to make it as simple as possible. Basically, 100% means that I'm gonna put in a number randomizer. -80 to 80, I'm gonna do this. 71. This is actually really good for you guys. This means that your stock value is going up by 71%. Alright? So that's really good. On the other hand, this can happen, where your stock value can go down by 46%. So this is gonna happen, I'm thinking weekly, because I don't know if I want to like roll for all the stocks daily. It's kind of a commitment, so I might do this weekly, maybe bi-weekly, we'll see. But this is basically how the stock's going to be decided, right? So if your risk magnitude is 80, you're going to use this. If I go ahead and decrease the factor percentage here, your magnitude is going to go lower. So I'm going to end up putting 76, right? And -76. Then we can generate using that, right? So that's how the risk work. And then, of course, Peanut brought this up earlier, so I did add the security version, but it's fairly, in the terms of the stock market, it's fairly mid-game. So you can only buy 10 total. So this is just so that you people don't like just hold on to all your money and just kind of sit there. Um, I do want you to take risks. Hopefully they'll be rewarded. And then let's see. And then the risk is really low here, where it's only going to go from -8 to 8 on the randomizer scale, right? So that's going to be like really good, as in the value of it probably won't change too much over time. And the way that I'm doing guaranteed gains here is that every probably 4 weeks to every month maybe, I'm gonna take whatever like weekly roll I do, and I'm gonna wait till it's negative and then make that number positive. So you're guaranteed a gain no matter what. So that way the stock like it doesn't stagnate and just go up down up down up down. So that at least there's something pushing it up a little bit extra, so that you're not just losing money, right? So I did take into account. I don't want the whole thing to plateau. Alright, so yeah, these are just all the items, the prices. The grand opening. This is just like the first month basically, from today through New Year's basically, and it's got a kind of lower risk factor compared to its price, which is why it's better than the level one. Also, the price is reduced by like 25%, which is pretty good. So yeah, there's only one. You can just buy one of those. And then this is just the event. And then I'm adding 7,500 to your earnings just to buy that ticket. So here's that. This is orders. Basically, using the order form, you're all gonna submit orders, and I'm gonna have to keep track of them. Just make sure that I'm doing stuff on my end. Maybe it should be skewed towards Scan Peanut. You're right. I have to work it out, but I mean, I'm trying to guarantee a gain at some point by doing the once in 4 weeks thing, where it's a guaranteed gain for you guys. But maybe I'll have it just every week. Try to skew it towards gains. We'll see. So then back to orders, right? So we have the order date, which is when whoever places the order. Let's say I place an order, right? Llama placed the order on December 20th, right? So December 20th goes here. Fulfillment date is whenever I end up getting to it, or end up fulfilling it, as in adding stuff to your inventory, right? Whenever I add stuff to your inventory, whenever I transfer stuff out of your earnings to Alouette, so you can buy that role or whatever you want to do. So that's just when I get to it and complete it. Order creator is just whoever placed it, right? So whoever wanted to do this. Order type is there's three types of orders where there's purchases, there's sells, and there's transfers. So purchase is when you buy a stock, sells when you sell a stock, and transfers when you pull stuff out of your earnings into your Alouette in Discord, so you could use it. Because you cannot use money that is in your earnings until you transfer it out. Because I am not good at coding, and I do not know how to do that automatically. Order cost and return, these should be one column, but I just want to differentiate. So only one of these are probably going to be filled at either time. This is just cost is when you buy stuff, and returns when you sell stuff. And neither of these are going to be populated when you end up transferring. Alright, that's how orders are wanted. This is just for documentation, just so you can see what happened, what everyone else is doing. I just said flux eventless, flux short for fluctuations. This is just what the roles are going to be documented in. So every week or so, or whenever the frequency I decide, it's going to have the date, whatever stock is in question. So let's say I say level 2, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say Llama stock level 2. Then I'm going to put in the magnitude numbers. I'm going to roll it, right? And then I'm going to put that number in the flux roll category, right? So that number will automatically change every single active stock. So I'm going to have to make sure to, make sure that I'm changing every stock's value as soon as this flux roll happens, right? Oh, didn't mean to do that. But yeah, so that's pretty basic. You'll see how it works. It's hard to explain it without actually getting into it, but it's alright. And then that's a portfolio. So this is the whole spreadsheet so far, and then more users will be added. So all I have to do is like duplicate and do that, and then just copy your thing, right? So that's all I have to do if a new person decides to join. But for now we have like 5 people, so it should be fine. So now we have the order form that I should go over. So this is just I pinned the link, I believe, in the stocks thing. So if you're just looking pinned, you're gonna find the link to this and the spreadsheet. Alright. So first you're gonna put your username in because I need to know who's the order creator so I can put it in here, and I also need to know like what I'm doing. So if you're purchasing a stock, you're gonna go ahead and put this, and I'm gonna update this based on events and whatever, right? So if you say I'm not purchasing it, that's okay. We're just gonna, how do I enter, please? Oh god, what did I do? Alright, whatever, we're fine now. So what stock do you like to purchase, right? What stocks if you're selling, what you're selling. So you write the name, unique, and the name of the unique. That's it, right? So because I would be able to see those, and I would just sell. And if you're not selling, just write NA. And if you're transferring, just write how much you're transferring. And if you're not transferring, just write NA. So this thing it's just all in one. It does all 3 things for you. And I can't imagine there being a loophole or anything. So that's that. So I mean, that's it. That's really it for now. There's just yeah. So I mean, everything's pinned. You can start submitting orders right away. Everyone basically has 1,700 to begin with. So I'll go ahead and add that money right now, right? So I guess this would go ahead and go in earnings for all of you guys. So I just say bonus 1, number 1, and then earnings 7,500, and that should automatically go into your sum up there. So I just have to go ahead and copy this into the rest of your sheets, right? So now everyone who did this gets their bonus like this, right? So now everyone's spreadsheet automatically summed up because I have a formula for that, thankfully. I can do a little bit of stuff. So yeah, everyone is now at 17,500, and I would imagine that you're gonna buy one of this and one of this with that money. That was my intention, but I mean, it's really up to you what you buy. It's pretty free form. But yeah, depending on what stocks you buy, your values are gonna change. So, and when you buy stocks, you're gonna have to buy it with your earnings inventory. You cannot pull in money from Alouette and then use that to buy it. You're gonna have to keep it in here. So that's just one thing. I can use rand in between. Let's see. Can I? Let me try it. Flux roll. equals rand between. Oh, what? So I do this. Oh, well, thank you, Peanut. I can do that. So I'll use that whenever I roll. So thank you for that. I forgot about that function. Um, so yeah, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, put them in chat. I'll try to answer them. Let's see. Will the stock market crash? Yeah, I think the closest thing to the stock market crashing is you rolling negative for 3 weeks in a row. Because your every fourth week is guaranteed to be a positive roll. Because you're welcome. But yeah, I don't think there's gonna be crashing. And if I see stuff going down, I'll probably throw in a couple of positive rolls because I don't want the whole thing just tanking. Um, let's see. Yeah, Peanut versus magnitude. Yeah, I gotta work on that probably. Uh, I I tried to work on this. I tried to make it fair. I'm trying to make it so that one person just doesn't hoard all the money and doesn't be like an absolute powerhouse. Try to make it balanced so that everyone's kind of affected the same way. And at GG with I worked on this a little bit. It wasn't that hard. I just had to kind of decide how the layout would be, what like the kind of the rules would be to for this kind of thing. Yeah, I just had to make sure that I knew to act consistently in whatever situation. So yeah, I know it's a lot to memorize, but again, the spreadsheet is available to all of you guys, so you can see what's going on at any time. And you can also submit orders. So I mean, if I go through, yeah, see we got our first order. Look at that. So let's go through this. Right, this is how the responses are gonna look for me. So we have Peanut. He's purchasing Llama ticket level 1 and event item grade opening ticket. Right. So he's not selling it. He's not transferring. So this is pretty easy for me. Right. This is just one thing that I have to do. So I'm gonna go into here. Right. So I'm gonna say order date 12/18. 2020, right? Fulfillment date 12/18, 2020. I'm doing it right now. Order creator, Peanut, right? You all have enough to get a level 1 and a grand opening ticket. So order type, buy. Order cost, you're buying a level 1 and a grand opening. That's 1750. 17K, 17.5K, right? Right that. And that's it. That's your order, right? So now that that's happened, I have to go to Peanut's portfolio, right? And I have to say, purchases. How do I get rid of this? Okay. Okay, there. There we go. Don't know why I did that. Purchases. So item ID. So I'm gonna say level 1. This is the first one he's buying. Number he's buying 1, and the cost is 10,000. And if you look up in the top left, look at his earnings as I click out. It automatically takes it out. It automatically subtracts it. Alright, I'm just going to say E1 and then E11, right, for the event ticket. He's buying 1 and 7,500. Again, look up top, look at top right. Automatically, 40 million does everything. So his earnings are 0. He's buying from his earnings. So his purchases are here, right? So now all I have to do, Control C, Control V, right? So that's exactly how it is, and then of course you get your bonus, so this automatically jumps to 10,000. So there's that. So this is Peanut's portfolio. He just submitted his order, right? So thank you for submitting that and letting me show everyone how I'm gonna go ahead and go through things, how everything kind of automatically does, and your net stock adds up too. This shows the current value of all your stocks combined. This is a good way to explain this, right? So like you can see right here. So like it adds up. It's magic. It's cool. I bet if we had someone like the Crucial / Granzino working on it, he's like a programmer, right? He'd probably do some pretty cool things, but I mean, this is the best I could do. So, right, so I'm trying. But yeah, so basically, I'll try to get to orders as soon as possible if I'm not busy, and you'll see in the fulfillment date when it happens, right? So, yeah, that's basically it for everything. I don't know. Any other questions? If you go to the pinned link, can you check your stock inventory? Yes. Let me pull up Discord, right? So if we go to, where is it? Llama Stock Market, pinned, right here. You're gonna click on this docs, and it's gonna take you out to this spreadsheet here. It should probably take you to the front page like this, and then you're just gonna go ahead and click on GGYT, and you can see your stuff. And if you're trying to cash in on your stock, you're going to go to the order form. You're gonna put GGYT in here. You're gonna leave these both empty. Or if you want to cash in your stock, you're gonna leave first one and third one empty. The second one you're gonna put, let's say you were peanut and selling, right? You would say E1-1, right? And since I know you're peanut, I would know to click on your thing and then jump to E1-1. So you'd go ahead and put E1-1, and that's all you have to say. I will automatically erase this from here, put it under earnings, and do everything for you. Got it? So basically, whenever you cash in a stock, it's going to move from inventory to earnings, and your formula sums here are going to reflect that. But yeah, so I mean, try to do all your orders in one. Try not to overload me. If you can buy multiple stocks and sell at the same time in an order, I would definitely like you to do that instead of submitting multiple submissions. But again, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna kill you for doing it. How often am I updating the values? I want to make it fun. So like, I really want to update it like once. I don't know if once a week is too little of a time span or too much, because I feel like it's really long having it once a week, and I don't think you're really seeing gains that you're seeing gains that you want that quickly, right? So what I want to do is actually I will try my best to roll every day. So I'll do a roll right now after I finish talking about this. I'll do a roll right now, and then I guess what I could do is every weekend I can give you guaranteed positives. And then the whole weekdays, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I can just roll normally. How do you get more earnings so you can buy more stock? You get more earnings by selling your stock, right? So that's how you're gonna get stock. Unfortunately, you can't import money from Alouette into this. So the only way you're gonna get more money right now is by selling your E1 stock when it runs out, or your LL1 stock, right? And it's up to you to decide when you want to sell it. When do you think the value is gonna peak, right? Ideally, you're probably gonna want to sell it after Sunday because that's two guaranteed positives on Saturday and Sunday. So that, considering if you had a good week, and you have guaranteed positives on Saturday and Sunday, Monday might be a good day to purchase it. Yeah, so basically everyone's stuck with these two, and technically everyone can only move on once they end up selling one of their first two stocks. Right? And so I'll do something for Christmas, right? Some guaranteed positive thing. Like, we'll see. But I'll announce stuff. I'll ping you guys. I don't know if I should make a feed channel. I'll look into it. But okay, so let's go ahead and do the rules for today, right? So let's go to Flux event list, right? So we got 1218, and we only have two active stocks right now, right? So we have LL1 and we have E1. So we can go ahead and do this. So the flux roll, we're going to go ahead and do, so LL1 has a magnitude of 80. So we're going to go equals rand between negative 80. Actually, today's Friday, so tomorrow's you're going to getting guaranteed positives. So how about that? All right, so then we go and click this, 60. Your stocks all just went up 60%. So then this, this. Let's check here. 72. Oh. -7. All right. So basically, what I'm gonna do is, at the end of today, as close as I can to midnight my time, that's when I'm gonna apply these rules to all your stocks. So buy your stocks before that time, right? Oh, ran between updates? That's not ideal. This was 64, right? And this is -7. Okay, yeah, so that's an issue. Okay. But yeah, so buy your stocks, right? I'm gonna apply these rules at the end of the day. So I don't know. I technically I shouldn't have rolled these now. Maybe I'm actually just gonna not use these because now that you saw -7 on E1, you're probably not gonna buy it until tomorrow. So I should probably roll and apply at the same time. But I'll go ahead and give you that 64 at the end of the day, and I'll apply -7 just for fun. But yeah, that's basically it. What is your range for flux rolls? It depends. It depends on the stock in question. LL1, if you look here, it's got 80, right? So it's gonna go from -80 to 80. E1 is here. It's E1, so it's gonna go from -72 to +72. Those are the ranges. So I'm gonna have to look at those ranges and randomize based on that. Right? I think you can paste values. Oh, was it 60? 60? Okay, I'm gonna change that. Okay. V lookups. Peanut, I don't know what these things are. You have to give me a tutorial on these things. I'm not too good at Excel. Okay. Yeah, hopefully it's. I don't want to make this broken, but I want it to be. I want it to give you a benefit. All right. So like power creep, but not like insane power creep. So I think that's it. I think everyone's questions are out of the way. You can always ask me stuff in Discord. So I think that's it. I'll keep this up. Wait. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have shown you the rules and then said I would apply them later because that gives you a window to like decide what you want to do. But so now they're going to buy their LL1 today. So that was a problem. So it's whatever. I'll give you a free one. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So yeah, just buy buy your E1s tomorrow. But yeah. So I think that's it. Probably gonna end the stream now. Ask me any more questions in Discord. So yeah, hopefully the VOD saves. Really, hopefully. I need to upload that. Yeah. Actually, how do I save the VOD? Does it? I think I turned on the thing where it automatically saves, so it should save. If it doesn't, then I might just record a vid on its own. Do that. But yeah. Alright, I'll get off. Just gonna end the stream now.